You're listening to episode 7 with Ajay Jhaveri of the Modern Actor Podcast. Show where I take a glimpse into the journeys of rising artists. I'm your host and creator of The Modern Actor, Eddie Ramos. For those of you tuning back in, welcome back. I'm so grateful to have you. And for those of you listening for the first time, the Modern Actor Podcast is my way of connecting to working actors and actresses at that point in their careers where they aren't household names just yet, but are well on the way and on that journey have learned valuable lessons about what it takes to stay driven, inspired, and creative in today's industry. Sometimes the opportunity arises and I'm able to interview an industry leader who isn't an actress or actor per se, but has a passion to help actors grow. And through their story, you are able to learn from them and benefit from their experience to catapult you to success. In today's interview, I sit down with Ajay Jhaveri, the founder and owner of Argentum Photo Lab, an industry leader in headshot photography and promotional actor services here in Los Angeles. He's celebrating 30 years in the business in September and was gracious enough to share his thoughts on headshots and actors as well. In this episode, you will learn the difference between a photographer and an actual headshot photographer and how to tell the difference so you can save money on hiring the right person. The 5 tools every actor needs to be successful. The 2 things you need to run a business for all of you out there looking to start a business one day. AJ shares the story of how he finally got Argentum started after being rejected multiple times from landlords and the banks. He even shares what he thinks is more important for actors to have than a headshot. I did not think I was going to hear it from a headshot photographer that there's actually something out there more important in his opinion. You got to hear this one, guys. We talk about social media, embracing change, and what kind of restaurant him and I will open up one day together. So I had a lot of fun doing this one, and I hope you enjoy listening to it. So without further ado, here's my interview with Ajay Jhaveri. Just wanted to let you know that this interview features adults having adult conversations, or at least we try to be adults, but therefore there might be adult language. So I just wanted to give you the heads up in case you were listening to this at home where the kids are around. I would not want to be the one to teach them bad words. I don't want you to come back and say, Eddie from The Modern Actor, you taught my kid to say blank. Anyway, enjoy the interview, guys. Thank you so much for being with me, and I will see you on the other side.
Thank you for having me here, man.
Thank you,
Eddie.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
So you're about to celebrate 30 years in September with Argentum.
That's right. I've been here 38 years. First 8 years just shooting headshots and doing that stuff, and then I opened Argentum in 1988.
Wow.
Long time ago, Eddie.
Before I was born,
Before
buddy.
you were born. Exactly.
What does it feel like?
Feels great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, what's beautiful about it is we were printers, and now we've got to reinvent ourselves. There's no printing, so it still, feels like it's a new business. It's exciting. It's we're not making the money we used to make, but who does? Things change, but the change keeps you young. It keeps you motivated, keeps you going. I opened Argentum to help headshot photographers and actors.
Right.
And we became huge. We were the biggest printing place.
Oh yeah, everyone knows Argentum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had a great relationship with all the photographers, headshot photographers, and that's all we did was headshots. And now in the last 5 years, with Actors Access and electronics and all the online postings and castings, we had to reinvent ourselves, and it's fun. It's challenging, but it's fun.
And you mentioned just being younger, and what advice would you have given yourself, knowing what you know now? What advice would you give yourself 30 years ago?
I don't know if I'd do anything different. I really don't. I didn't know much when I started. I advise actors, I tell actors, you're running a business. Okay, there's 2 things you need when you're running a business. When you come into this town to be an actor, you're running your own business, Eddie. Okay, and the 2 things you need is a business plan, and some capital. You need some money to start your business. In my case, I needed to get equipment, darkroom equipment, enlargers, processing stuff, even a cash register and all that, So you need some capital. As an actor, you need some capital. You need headshots, you need reels, you need clips, you need, so you need some money. Um, 30 years ago, I had saved up some money to start Argentum. But I didn't have a plan. I was young, stupid. Now I'm old and stupid, So, but I didn't have a plan. So it took, I worked really, really hard, but not smart. So if I had to give myself any advice from what I know today is I would have tried to work a little smarter. But that's not how I'm built. I'll outwork you. I can't outthink you.
I like that.
But I'll outwork your rest. So.
I love that. So now I want to backtrack a little bit and just talk about, the origin, the backstory. When did you first pick up a camera?
10
years old.
10 years old.
and when you first picked up the camera, was it the goal to shoot headshots for actors and then do all the promotional stuff you guys do now? No. Talk about that a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. So growing up in India, when I started college, I was a math and physics major.
Okay.
1977, 78, I was back in India. I was a math and physics major. True story. Okay. Doing well, but there were no girls in math and physics in those days.
Still probably not.
Still probably not. All the girls were in the liberal arts.
Yeah.
And I realized musicians and photographers hang out with the best looking women. And I can't play a fucking instrument. So we picked up the camera. And luckily I was good with the camera.
Oh, that's amazing.
So, so photography is always passion. My father was an amateur photographer. It was his hobby. And ever since I was 9 or 10 years old, I've been shooting pictures, yeah.
So that's so you talked about a little bit about starting the business. And I know a lot of young actors would love to start a business. I saw that you did an interview with the actor who created Upcast.
Yeah.
And I think that would be just ideal, you know what I mean, for young actors to have that supplement to their acting and also start these young, these new business, being that entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Like you talked about having the capital when you did Argentum. Was there anything else like in terms of a business plan that you needed?
No,
and
I didn't have a clue.
You just got the space and you started.
Even getting the space was a story. I had no money, no bank account, no credit card. I had no credit. And as far as the business world was concerned, I didn't exist. So every place I saw to rent, small spaces, 600 square feet, 800 square feet, I'd fill out the credit app to rent the place and I'd get turned down. I didn't know why. So one day I asked a girl at the management office of this building, why did I get turned down?
Right.
I'm a good guy, I'm honest, And she goes, you don't exist, you don't have any credit. So we're not going to rent to you. I go, oh, okay. And then I found a space for lease on Santa Monica Boulevard and Wilcox. And I went up to the office and the lady gave me a credit form, application form. And I said, I'm not going to fill this out because you're going to turn me down. Is the owner of the building ever here? I'd like to talk to him. And she said, he'll be here tomorrow at 10 o'clock or something like that. So I said, okay, I'll come back tomorrow. And long story short, I met with the owner, very nice gentleman, older guy. And I said, look, I don't have any credit. I don't have a bank account. I got no money, but I've got a lot of determination. I have a skill. Your space has been empty for a while. I've driven by here and seen it. It's a small 800 square foot space. It's going to be hard for you to rent this. Will you take a chance on me? What's the worst that'll happen? I don't pay you rent. You throw my ass out of here.
Right.
And luckily he did.
Oh.
He said, he didn't take a security deposit from me. He didn't take first and last months from me. He said, here are the keys. It's your space.
Amazing.
And that's how Argentum started.
Wow. That's amazing.
So yes, with actors want to start their own business.
Right.
There's no such thing as a side business. I hear people going, I want a passive income. Look, man, there are so many people out there working so hard. If you're not 100% committed to doing what you're doing, even to be an actor, if you're not going to get the knowledge, and here's why I do these. Okay, it's called show business. All you actors come into town with a great knowledge in the show part of it. You've gone to theater art schools, you're going to acting classes, who's teaching the business side of it?
Right.
30 years with Argentum, we've seen more actors than anyone else in town. Okay? Average of 100 actors a day, 5 days a week for 30 years. Okay, couple hundred headshots a day.
Yeah.
So we've seen more actors than any other people in this town. Okay, And we've seen the actors make the same. I made a really good living ever since digital started. Because before digital, you had to find a photographer who was shooting headshots and they you're too young to know this. 3 rolls of black and white film and blah, 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 blah. Okay? Once digital came, every kid with a camera is shooting your picture.
Yeah.
I mean, I say picture intentionally because you think it's a headshot, but it's not.
Right.
And then what do you do with that? You pay them a couple $100. You come to Argentum, we retouch it, we print it, we give it to you, you pay us a couple $100. 3 months later, you do it again. You do it again. So we'd see the same actors coming in with crappy headshots shot 4 times a year by 4 different people. So we sat down with the guys at work and I said, we've got to help these poor kids out, man. You know, because I want you to realize your dream when you come to LA.
Right.
I came to LA with the dream of being in this business, and mine came true.
Right.
And I want you here. I want your money for 10 years. I don't want you getting frustrated in 2 years and going back to Texas, Kansas, wherever you're from, which is, we've seen a lot of that. You know, 70% of our customer base is in town for 2 years and then they give up on the business. We want to help you as much as possible so you're our client for 10, 12 years.
Right.
You know, so you got to cut me off. I talk too
No,
much.
I'm not going to cut you off. I think it's amazing. I think what I did want to know was you had talked about it, you know, being in Santa Monica, and it sounded like the business owner kind of gave you a shot. And
Yes.
I want to know, was that just the energy in Hollywood in that time? You
No.
know, what was Hollywood in that
today.
time?
Okay. I sincerely believe he gave me a shot because I was being authentic and truthful. Okay, and the truth will always win. Okay, don't make up who you are. And this leads into social media today. Okay, be yourself, be authentic. We see way too many people. If you look at your profiles on social media and then you meet the people and you go, this is not jiving over here. Okay, this is not the person I was expecting from all your posts I've been seeing. Okay, so it works in any business, man. You know, I was young. How old was I in '88? 28.
Wow.
I was a little older than you are.
Yeah.
I had no choice. I mean, what did I have to lose? They weren't going to fucking rent me the place anyway. I might as well tell them why. I tell them what's good about me. What's bad about me is I had no money. I didn't exist in the credit, you know, in the financial world. But what are the good parts about me? I had a skill. I was confident with it, and I'll work hard. And he took a chance. I think that would happen today also.
Yeah.
I really do. If you get a chance to meet a person. Today, a lot of the shit is online.
Right.
So you don't get that one-on-one interaction.
Right.
And the same thing happens with actors. You're submitting stuff from your Actors Access. You don't get a chance to meet people. You don't get a chance to meet the casting directors, you know? So you got to find a way to put yourself, because everybody has a unique quality about them that's attractive to somebody. Okay? Everybody has a skill. You got to find it. You know, go on. Yeah,
and so I think that's all very powerful, and I think that's kind of that is who we're trying to talk to in The Modern Actor. This podcast is for those actors that you're describing, the ones that are optimizing their uniqueness, you know what I mean, with the confidence. But we do have listeners that are very new to acting. So let's just talk about. This might be a silly question for a man who's been.
No silly questions.
That's true. All right, then I'll just ask it. What is a headshot?
A headshot is a true representation of what characters you can play. Okay?
Yeah.
And in today's world, so back when we started, actors had 2 headshots. A theatrical headshot, a commercial headshot. You had 500 copies of them made in black and white, then came color, and you sent them out.
Right.
Now, there's been an explosion of television shows, okay? When I started in this business, there were 3 networks, ABC, NBC, CBS. That was it, okay? Today, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of scripted television shows. Okay, there's a lot more work for actors.
Yeah.
Casting directors are busier today than they've ever been. And I'm talking television, okay? They're busier today than they've ever been. Okay, and because of online submissions, you can't have just 1 picture or 2 pictures. You got to have pictures that show your type, show what roles you can play, or you physically look like, what you can do. And we do this at work. We do consultations with actors to find your type, to find your niche, because a casting director for a network show today in 60, 90 minutes, we'll get 1,000 submissions and their little thumbnails. I'm putting my hands up. This is fucking radio. Their thumbnails 100 on a screen. If you don't visually look like what they're looking for in that role, they're swiping by you. It's just like online dating.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to physically, your picture has to start that conversation. It's got to stop them and say, who is this person?
Right. So that makes me wonder, in the process of an actor getting in touch with you and Argentum, are there requirements that you look for in your actors? Do they need to have that strong sense of who they are? Do they need to be asking themselves, what is my brand, before they come to you? You guys talk about that in the process?
Okay. They'll start asking that after they come to us.
Exactly.
Okay, because we won't shoot you. We won't do your pictures unless we can get your type, get your brand, and make sure you are realistic about what you want. You know, the only requirement you need to come talk to us, to come consult with us, is to have passion for what you're doing. I don't care if you studied acting or not studied acting. I'm not going to pass judgment if you're good or bad as an actor. I don't know. Okay, I'm not in this business of hiring actors. I'm not in the business. Like, I don't understand how they, from auditions, can tell if you can do a role. I look at 10 people do a self-tape at our place, and all 10 look good. You know, what can I tell in 20 seconds? I'm not trained to do that. As long as you have a passion for this and a realistic expectation for this and what this business offers, it's a tough business, man. It's a tough business. It's a tough town. It's a lonely town. You know, we've seen actors for 30 years. They come in here. They're broke. We all are when we're younger. They get a bartending gig. Now at least with Uber, you can talk to people. But they get a bartending gig. They will go to one acting class a week. And then they sit in their apartments. You know, you're from New York, man. You meet people. You're in the subway. You're walking on the streets. You know, we've got this forced isolation.
We don't have that here as much.
We sit in a metal box on the freeway.
Yeah.
You know, we're not bumping into people. We're not having any interaction with people.
Right.
And you're young. You're shy. You're here. You're broke. It's hard.
Yeah.
Today it's a little easier. You got social media, you got Facebook. Join an acting group, join a theater group. You know, meet other actors. Have a passion for what you're doing. Stay connected with people in the business.
And I think that's, you know, in terms of now kind of moving towards the social media conversation, I love social media for what it is. But I sometimes I hate that it has integrated so heavily into our industry, only because it's just more competitive now. You know what I mean? It's just because it's harder. You know, you can't just be a good actor anymore. You know, I think social media makes it kind of the hyper individualist. Everyone's looking for what's. You can make money on your eye. You can make money on yourself. You know what I mean?
That's a few people.
Yeah, true.
It's like picking up a guitar and saying the Beatles made money. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not the fucking Beatles, okay?
Right.
Yes, there are social media stores, but here's what actors need to do.
Yeah.
Okay, social media, and especially Instagram. When I talk about social media, I'm talking about Instagram. It's becoming big.
Yeah.
Okay, think of the logic. I made a video about this 2 weeks ago. Okay, think of the logic. Somebody's making an ultra low budget movie, $100,000 or less movie. Okay, 90-minute feature film is going to go straight to video on demand or whatever. Okay, you have to have good actors. Okay, your principal actors, nobody cares about the social media. Okay, but you got a cop in there. You got a fucking dead hooker over there. You got ancillary roles that are not pushing the story forward.
Right.
There's a lot of qualified actors in this town who can play that cop. Okay. So why not get one who's got 30,000 followers? Because now they'll put it on to their followers saying, I'm in this movie. You just got marketing to 30,000 more
free
people
marketing
that you didn't pay for.
Right.
Okay? So we're seeing this happening. We have agents now who won't take you. They like you. They want to represent you. Now they look at your numbers before they decide to represent you, because this is what the agent's using to pitch you.
Right.
I've got an actor here, very talented. Let's get this straight. You have to have the skills of an actor.
Yeah.
Okay? We got 260,000 fucking trained actors in LA.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Out of those, the ones with the bigger social media numbers are going to get the smaller roles to get their career going.
Right.
I love the social media. I love this time we're living in.
Right.
Okay? You can follow casting directors. You can follow showrunners on Twitter. You can see what projects they're doing, what's coming up.
Right.
Where the social media gets annoying is when you put a picture of your fucking latte being cold at Starbucks. You know, who gives a shit? But if you use it as a tool.
Right.
Okay, we got 4 or 5 tools actors have to have. A headshot, some training, good training, a resume, clips and reels, and now social media. Okay, those are your 5 tools. Okay, anyone who's got this 5th tool, anyone who's got the 5 tools better than my 3 tools,
Right.
is ahead in the game.
Yeah.
So people can complain about social media. They can complain about it. It's here, man. It's here.
Yeah.
You can either embrace it and run with it, or you can bitch about it and it's somebody else's fault, and you can be a victim.
Well, and I love that you embrace change, and I think
we were out of business 5 years ago.
Right. Yeah, and you've been able to see the progression. You've worked with the progression. You it sounds like, and I know that about Argentum, that you guys have changed your business model to fit the progression, because you're not going to be left behind.
Absolutely, we've hired new people.
Right.
You know, we were retouchers and printers.
Right.
But we had a passion for actors.
Yeah.
We only worked with actors. We didn't print. If you brought me your wedding pictures, we're not printing them.
Yeah.
All we did was actors.
Right.
So the change is not that difficult. We just got to get the right people. I've always been shooting headshots. I took a break when the Argent was really busy as a printing place. But I've always been shooting headshots. You don't have to be the greatest photographer to shoot a headshot. You got to be a great headshot photographer. Well, who the fuck seen more headshots than my crew?
Right.
You know, we know what headshots are working.
Right.
My crew will tell me, boss, this person, man, did you see that guy? He could become a recurring on this show.
Yeah.
I go, what does his headshot look like? Let's see, how did he get called in? What does his picture look like?
Yeah.
You got to do your homework. You got to be passionate about
And
it.
an actor has to do the same exact thing. They have to be on top of the trends. They
Yes.
have to be with the latest shows, because that's
And learn from people who've been doing it.
right.
You know, listen, actors, just like every human being, man, we're lazy.
Right.
We want someone else to do it.
Yeah.
We used to have casting director workshops. It's a lazy way out. Let me pay $30 and get in front of a casting director.
Right.
Do you want a job or you want to build a career? If you want a job, take every acting job. But if you want to build a career as an actor, brand yourself, know your business.
Right.
Okay, we've seen thousands of people who had jobs as an actor.
Yeah.
And then they're gone. And we've got hundreds of clients from 30 years who are working regular actors. Series regulars, recurring, independent films, you know. And there's so much good work today, man. It's a great time to be an actor.
Yeah.
If you and you got this all over your place, and I don't know if you stole this from me. Get your shit together. You'll be ahead of most of the actors.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a fantastic. You got all the tools in front of you. You can do the research sitting in your underwear at home. You can research casting directors. You can research agents.
Right.
20 years ago, before the internet, it was a lot harder. God. And I hear people complaining, but most of them are my age.
Yeah.
Okay, that are complaining.
Right.
I love this. I absolutely love what's happening.
And so when you guys do your headshots, are you thinking about? What I love about you is that you're in the present moment, but you're also thinking about what's happening in the next 5 years. It sounds like Argentum is not going to lose its foothold in the headshot industry, because you have a team, right? And also, but I think you guys have a team that's constantly thinking ahead and brainstorming. Do you take shots now with actors thinking about social media? Like, I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Really?
Not just we do headshots, and we also do pictures, creating content for actors' social media. Okay. We've teamed up with another company, with TSMA, with Ryan Walker over there, where we're now helping actors manage their Instagram accounts. Wow. We're helping them grow organically. Yeah, and don't do this bullshit of buying followers, man. Yeah, everyone can tell when you buy followers, okay? Yeah. I see somebody's Instagram feed and it goes 35,000 followers, and they got 17 likes on their fucking picture and 0 comments, okay?
You heard it
Don't
here
do
first.
that shit.
Yeah.
That's, again, not being authentic. That's what we started talking about, not being true to who you are. That's trying to put an image out there. The business will decide your image, okay? The business will, am I good at this? The marketplace will decide if you're good at this. I didn't know if I was a good printer. I thought I was. I didn't know if I was a good photographer. I thought I was. But the market decided that we were good.
Yeah.
You know, because we lasted this long. You don't last this long if you're not good.
Right.
So even as an actor, the market will decide if you're good. You got to just do your work to be an actor. You know, the business will decide. So don't buy these fucking followers. So yes, to answer your question, and I never answer your question, I go all over the place.
I love it, man, because you're throwing so many nuggets of gold. It's great. It's great.
The Instagram content is important. There's a strategy in doing it. Who do you want to target? Who do you want to see your profile? So yeah, we're working with with other people, and we've gotten new hires at work. That we're gradually starting to work on more actors' content and Instagram profiles.
That's amazing.
And headshots, you know what? They may not be here in 5 years.
Right.
We don't know. What I think is even as important a headshot today is your little clips. Okay. Majority of our clientele is non-represented. Okay, they don't have an agent or a manager. They're submitting for stuff. How does that person? 3,000 people submitted for something. How does that person know you can act if you don't have a clip there?
Right.
Or what you look like on camera?
Right.
You know, do student films. Come to us to make your clips. Get them done somewhere.
Right.
But they got to be professional. They got to be good. The sound has to be good. The picture has to be good.
Right.
So that your acting can shine.
Right.
You know, if you're watching something on YouTube and the sound's not good, you go to the next video. You know, you're not going to sit there and try and figure out and listen to the sound. Fuck that. You know, there's too much competition.
Right.
But there's too much competition with people who are not putting in the work to do it.
Yeah.
You put in a little bit of work, you're way ahead of your competition.
And you mentioned that what's important for an actor to have today is that there's their demo reel and make it look professional, because as an actor who's got the boots in the ground, what I've seen in a lot of casting offices is now they don't want headshots at all.
Yeah.
And I wonder if you've known, like, are you hearing about this trend also? And you know, it's right. It's about these thumbnails that have to stand out. So
That's right.
you know, so you have to get these headshots done at a place with a great reputation and a place that knows that, so that way when they're looking through all these actors and all these submissions, at least your shot is going to pop out.
It's got to be, yes.
Yeah.
It needs to be a headshot photographer. There's a handful of us in town.
Okay.
Okay? But there's 200 guys with cameras running around. Listen, when I was printing before and assisting, when I first came here 38 years ago, I know some great fashion photographers. They can take a beautiful picture of you, put on your fucking online dating profile. It's not going to work as a headshot.
Right.
They're not headshot photographers. Right. You know, you got to, it's a specialized world. Go to somebody you know. You're wasting time and money. The money you can make, no one's giving you the time back.
Right.
Okay? I've seen people waste 2, 3, 4, 5 years with not listening, not learning, bad headshots, bad reels, bad clips. Who's giving you those 5 years back?
Right.
You know?
Right.
Then you got young guys like you coming into the business, and suddenly I'm too old to be in this business. Who's giving you the time back?
Right. Anyway, so I was just going to ask you one thing about just kind of the in between the process. 3 tips that you think an actor should go into in the process of shooting with you. It can be anything in terms of just what to wear. You know what I mean?
I'm going to give you something new here,
Yeah.
okay? We don't shoot anybody we haven't consulted with, okay? My staff at Argentum that has seen more actors and more headshots, we got the greatest staff. The reason our lab survived and our business survived is we got the greatest staff, man. Okay? You have to come in for a consultation. The consultation's free right now. Okay? We may charge for it one day because we do too many of these. Okay? But right now it's free. And in that consultation, is that shit working?
Oh, yeah, that shit's working.
All right.
That shit's
Not
working.
like Ed, you know?
I need an Ed.
No, you don't.
If Ed's got a son, I'll take him.
Where was I? So yes,
Yeah.
we do a consultation. We find out your type, your brand. We get you thinking about it. What roles are you going after? What type of actor do you want to be? Do you want to be a comedic actor, a dramatic actor? And I know as an actor, as an artist, we all have an ego. And when I ask you, do you want to be a dramatic actor or a comedic actor? They go, I can do both.
Exactly.
That wasn't my question.
Right.
It's like, how do you want that side of the camera, that world to perceive you and see you? If you watch people working regularly, they're playing basically the same genre, the same type of person. Okay, name a working actor and they're playing the same. Now there's outliers. Okay, you'll get your unbelievable actor who can do anything. We're not that. Okay, when you're starting off, I got friends who do co-stars, guest stars. They're always doing a cop. They're always doing law enforcement. You know, they're not doing. You know,
they're not playing the father.
Exactly.
They're not playing.
And they're the father. They're the fucking policeman who's got a kid. Okay. So you gotta know your type and your brand.
Yeah.
The analogy I give, and people are sick of hearing about this, is let's say you and I, Eddie, are going to open a restaurant next week. We put up a sign. We get a space. And we put up a sign saying restaurant. Who knows anything about the restaurant?
Right.
Okay. But now we put up a sign that says Eddie's Steakhouse.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
We know a little bit more about this restaurant.
Right.
And then from the decor and from the window and from the font and from the looking in, you can tell it's an expensive place. Now, it doesn't mean a steakhouse doesn't have a seafood dish or a pasta dish.
Right.
But what are they known for?
Yeah. They're steaks, right?
Okay? So you guys come into town and you put up a sign saying actor. Well, that's the same as restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
What's on your menu? What type of actor are you? So you got to brand yourself as, are you going to be a dramatic actor? Now, that doesn't mean, just like the steakhouse, it doesn't mean you can't do comedy or you can't do improv. But what do you want to be known as? Okay? This is the kind of stuff we get out in the consultation. And once we start getting into this, more into your psyche of what kind of actor you want to be, now we can start designing and narrowing down a wardrobe and the type of roles you're going to go for, and then we shoot the headshots. And if there's no connection in that meeting, in that consultation, I'll refer you to another headshot photographer. Right. There's plenty of work. I can't shoot every actor. And if there's no connection, it's like having your first date.
Yeah.
If there's no connection, hopefully there isn't a second one.
Exactly. You're not going to get it there. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you as an actor are hiring me. You're hiring the photographer. Mm-hmm. Do your homework. Is there a connection there? Are you going to get great headshots? Anyone will give you a decent, good headshot. Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
Some of these fuckers are shooting 2,000 images in a session, man. With an autofocus camera, a blind person give you 2 good images. Okay?
Right.
So it's planned. What we say, what we do at Argentum is we don't take your headshots. We make these headshots together. You got to take some responsibility. You're hiring us. I say the same thing with agents. Don't sign with the first agent. We teach you how to find the right agent. Yeah. You don't marry the girl after the first date.
No, right.
You don't propose at the end of the first date. Hopefully not.
Right.
Why do you sign with the first agent who wants you? And then you hear, how many actors have you heard say, my headshot sucked?
Oh, yeah.
My agent sucks. My agent hasn't sent me out.
Yeah.
No, the photographer's good. The agent's good. It's just not the right business partner for you. Because you didn't do any homework to find the right business partner. You just went in, please sign me. Why? Because we're lazy.
Right.
We want someone else to do it. I got an agent.
Done. Job is done. Yeah.
Job is done.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No.
They're going to do 10% of the work. They get paid 10% of it.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
You still got to work as an actor.
Yeah.
Your job's not done. So, yes, we do a consultation. Then we decide if we're going to shoot. And then we decide on wardrobe. So we do a, pre-production. Then the production is the headshot shoot. And then if you have an agent, I abandon you. Here are the pictures. Go talk to your agent. Let them pick it out. If you don't have an agent, my staff will help you pick out pictures. My staff will go over them with you.
Wow. Wow.
We want to do this right. We don't want to just take your money today. I want your money for the next 10 fucking years.
I love that. Wow. Yeah.
I don't want a job. I want a career.
And build a relationship with the actors. I've noticed a lot of actors on your page. I see them recurring often, and even on your Instagram page, just certain actors that I've seen. Oh, they took their headshot. Oh, but they're also in the interview with them, or AJ's hanging out with them, and I love that. I think that's awesome.
I got tons of friends. Listen, most of my friends are from the acting business, you know, because that's all I'm surrounded by. That's all I know.
What do you love about working with actors? Is there something you admire?
Yes. It's what made me fall in love with Los Angeles. Okay, the greatest love affair of my life has been this city. Okay, I've been here 38 years and I still love Los Angeles it's day one. Okay, and here's why. Majority of the people in LA, and I'll pull this number out of my ass, okay, 60, 70, 80%, whatever, have come here from somewhere else to pursue a dream. Whether it's to be in aerospace, be a writer, be a director, be a musician. They've come here with a dream. It takes a certain mentality of person to uproot yourself from the comfort of your surroundings, from the comfort of home, from the comfort of family, from the comfort of friends, and come to this crazy fucking city. Okay, it takes a special kind of person. Everyone can't do it. The ones who are here are trying it and doing it. And I love that spirit in these people. Okay, but you guys drive me crazy. This is why by Friday I'm drinking I'm drinking all weekend.
That's our fault.
Yes, you guys, there's a lot of hand holding. Actors, look, it's a tough business. I don't know how you guys be actors, man. It's a business of rejection. It's a business, so in order to feel positive, to feel good in this city, to feel good about yourself, to feel good about the business you're in, is tough. It's
Yeah.
not easy.
Yeah.
Okay. I could never do it. There's no way, man. If I go into audition for that, I go, what the fuck? I didn't get the job. Who got it? How can I? It's not a business for me. So I have a lot of admiration for actors who keep pursuing it and doing it. But learn from every audition. Learn from every day that you've been in this business. The ones that don't learn. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And actually, we're gonna wrap up now, and I want to ask you a question. Is just do you want to give any young actors advice? You know what I mean? Any advice for young actors out there listening, or anything else you want to impart on the listeners?
Just be passionate about what you're doing. Truly be passionate. Okay. You got to love Los Angeles. If you don't like Los Angeles, you've already lost the game. Okay, because on 3:00 on a Friday afternoon, you're going to get an audition you live in Hollywood, you're going to get an audition in Santa Monica, and you're going to fight Friday afternoon traffic. If you don't enjoy the traffic, if you don't enjoy being in the city, you're walking into that audition defeated already.
Yeah.
Okay? And surround yourself with people who are going to uplift you. Surround yourself with people who have some knowledge in this business. The amount of times I see an actor go, I say, who advised you on this? Oh, my buddy. What does your buddy do? Well, he's an actor. Okay, at the same level you are? Yeah, take it. There's so many people today. Hit up people on Facebook. Hit up people on Instagram.
That's using social media to advance your career.
Ask.
Yeah.
Don't put your headshot or your clip on Facebook, and who's going to be honest and tell you it sucks?
Right.
Okay? Take the advice, be passionate, join a theater group. Yeah. Be surrounded by other actors. Do this every day. I shoot pictures every day. Monday through Friday in the studio, Saturday and Sunday I'm out shooting landscape pictures. Because I love shooting pictures. And that's the only advice I can give them. And try and design your life for the most important thing isn't your audition, that you have something else to do in the day. It's like, oh, I got an audition at 10, great, I'll see you at 12, at 11:30.
Right.
And so you're not sitting there waiting for that email, waiting for that phone to ring. Did I get it? Did I have a life?
Yeah.
And be nice to yourself, be kind to yourself, man. It's a tough business, a tough town. That's all I can tell a young actor. But learn about the business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, AJ, so much for
Thank
being
you
on The
for
Modern
having us,
Actor.
man. Thank you for having
I've taken
us,
all
yeah.
your words and taken them to heart, and I think the listener out there is going to take a lot away from this this
it's
interview.
like, I know we're ending, but I keep.
Yeah.
Like you're a young kid.
Yeah.
You're doing this podcast. You're staying connected with the business. You're being proactive. You're not waiting for someone to give you a job.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm done.
Yeah. Well, I hope someone's out there listening. I need a job. Anyway, thank you so much,
Cool,
AJ,
man.
for being here. It's awesome. Thank you so much.
Jay.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks.
Thank you. Hey, so that's our episode for today. I hope you got so much from listening to AJ talk about the industry and what to do to stay ahead of the curve. As you heard, his wisdom spans over just headshots and its technical pieces. He adores working with actors, and I hope that came through. And as a side note, his advice isn't just limited to the LA market, even though he's based out here. His tips can be fully used in the city that you are listening to this podcast. You can follow AJ on Instagram at Ajay Jhaveri, so that's at his full name, or schedule a headshot session with him by heading over to Argentum.com and scrolling to the Actor Services button. There you will find a range of great services that AJ and his team offer. Also, after the interview, AJ wanted me to also invite actors who are in the LA area on Wednesday, August 29th at 6 p.m. to come to Argentum Studios in Burbank, California for a free social media consultation workshop. Yours truly will be attending, so I hope to see you there. Hey, here's what else you need to know. If you like what you heard on the show, please share this episode on your social pages or with anyone who you think might benefit from The Modern Actor. By helping me get the word out, I can connect with more industry leaders to bring more content to you in the future. You can also subscribe to this podcast on iTunes and leave us a review. That would help get this show ranked, or subscribe to the Modern Actor newsletter for updates on future guests, articles, tips, and more. I would be eternally grateful for a review, or if I started seeing some Modern Actor episodes pop up on your social media pages. That would be awesome, guys. Lastly, as a gift to you, head over to themodernactor.com to get your free download of the free audition checklist PDF from The Modern Actor. After 5 years of auditioning here in LA, I've been on hundreds of auditions and I've gained tons of knowledge on what makes a successful audition. I share tips that I've gained that help me go from co-star to series regular in 1 year. I've also included advice from the things I've learned from sitting in on casting sessions as a reader, because you can learn so much more about your own audition technique by watching others. So if you have time after the episode, I encourage you to swing over to the Modern Actor website and download the PDF guide for free. Thanks for all your support. Stay hungry, my friend, and I'll see you on the next one.